Welcome to our show. Come out, step into the light.
The amazing TV show for LGBT community from all around the world.
I'm from London, from England.
I am from Hawaii.
I'm originally from the Dominican Republic.
I'm from sunny South Africa.
Sharing their journey of finding and identifying themselves.
And it can get very, very sad and lonely.
I got divorced. The first few years were really difficult.
Sharing regrets and happiness, empathy, and the connection of LGBT community for equality and love. Come out, step into the light.
Welcome to the show. Come out, step into the light. My name is Alushka.
And I'm Vuuren.
And today, what are we doing today?
We will have many stories to share with our guests. So, welcome the guests. Hello. Can you introduce something about yourself to the audience?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Zak Kellerman. I'm...
Karelman.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, but I respond to anything, so you can call me anything. When I was about seven years old, my mum got cancer. And then when I was 8, she passed away from it. When I was grade 5, my dad married again, get along really well. Well, today I can look, she was just after my dad's money, and he committed suicide. Yeah, I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from Cape Town in sunny South Africa, and
yes, I'm from South Africa too.
Yeah, and I've been living in Vietnam just over here now.
How long have you been living here?
I am Vietnamese, sorry.
Okay. What brought you to Vietnam?
Well, yeah, a lot of people ask me that always. There's no particular reason I came here. After studying, I really wanted to go abroad.
How many countries have you been before you went to Vietnam?
Probably about 20.
Holy moly, 20! Okay, and of all of those, you decided to stay in Vietnam? Why?
Yeah, I don't know, like, I didn't know a lot about Vietnam. I wanted to go abroad, the opportunity was there between a few countries, and actually it was just the climate that brought me here because I don't like the cold.
Neither do I. Vietnam is so nice and hot. Are there any countries that you would like to visit?
Actually, I don't like to travel a lot. I just want to stay here.
Why?
Yep. I don't know, because I'm one of a kind.
Okay, okay.
And what do you do for living here in Vietnam?
I'm an English instructor. Yeah.
When did you realize that you are different from the other boys?
I think at a very, very young age I knew it. Probably 6, 7 years old. Like, I would rather play with girls than like throw a rugby ball around the guys. Like, that just didn't tickle my fancy at all. I just knew I wasn't the same as my friends that were boys. Yeah.
Do you think that in general you had a good childhood being so different, or was it difficult for you?
I think there was difficult parts of it, but it was more inner struggle for me. Being gay, like, usually naturally you're very self-confident.
Yeah.
It comes with it.
Yeah, I can feel it actually. Like, the energy around him is just quite confident.
Yeah. So from a young age, I was very confident and self-assured, and I knew I had to be strong always. But I was very confident from a young boy, so when I was being called names a few times, and I would just like say something witty, and I was like, y'all are a bit dumber than I am, so I don't really care. Like, just because I can't throw a ball doesn't mean I'm any less of a person.
Yeah.
That didn't bother me too much, to be honest.
Yeah. So you didn't have to hide yourself?
Well, I didn't come out, if that's really like, I wasn't openly gay, definitely not. I was just very confident in myself by living a lie, essentially.
But you still had fun, right?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
What kind of things did you do to hide that you were gay?
Well, as most gay men, I was dating girls.
Oh my God! Did you ever date a girl?
Sure. Why
Oh my
not?
God, I'm always like so interested in how this happens. How does a gay guy date a girl, and is it real love?
Of course not, because when I was in high school, I just want to hide myself from my friends. I don't want them to recognize that I'm gay, so I just date a girl.
And like, how do you find that girl? How do you like act like you fall in love with that girl? Is it all just like a game? What is it?
Just like hold hand, kiss, and just that.
And imagine she's a boy.
No, we don't need to. We just close the eyes.
I think, like, I've always been very good friends with girls because I identify so well with girls. I was like, oh, your makeup looks so nice. I love that dress, girl. And my girls love it. And then you just, like, also a lot of times, like, tumble into it. And the next thing you know, like, oh, I'm in a relationship with a girl right now.
Yeah, I often got that myself, where you are too friendly, all of a sudden you find yourself in a relationship and you're like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
You mentioned something about family problems. Can you maybe tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, being gay was always a bit on the side, like on the back. When I was about seven years old, my mum got cancer. And then when I was 8, she passed away from it. And it was very difficult because my dad was a farmer. So now it was this farmer with 2 kids on his hands, like, what do I do? But like, because I was so young, like, it was so long ago, like, it doesn't hurt anymore. But the sad part is, like, I wake up some days and I can't remember what my mom looks like. And I have to go look at a photo. I wish I understood more what was going on at the moment. When I was grade 5.
Grade 5, that's like
10.
maybe 10, 11?
My dad married again.
Did he handle the death well or not?
Well, in great Afrikaans spirit, we didn't handle it at all.
Oh yeah, you just kind of put it away.
Put it away and let's move forward. But yeah, we didn't get along really well. Well, today I can look, she was just after my dad's money. But she like didn't allow me to see any part of my mom's family for 5 years. Like,
who does that?
That was a bad situation we were in, and it just all boiled up. And then when I was grade 10...
That's like 16.
Things are just going up in flames. She was manipulating him, Afrikaans spirit couldn't handle it, and he committed suicide.
I'm getting like goosebumps.
Yeah. It's
oh my God.
That isn't the biggest problem in my life right now. It's like, where am I going to live? So I was like, the day after he died, my stepmom came to me and she's like, yeah, I can come live with her. She just wants a few rands, like money, and some stuff from the house. And I was like, oh, this is what you are up to. And then, so I got an interdict against her. And yeah, I haven't seen or spoke to her since.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Well done.
I just needed that toxic out of my life. So I went to live with my aunt and uncle, my dad's brother, but they were very older, but they're the best people on earth. So they were about 70 years old when they took me in.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, like, my last 3 years in school, I was living with them. And yeah, then finished school, I did great, like, I got straight A's, like, I was head boy of the school. Yeah.
It's quite hard to be the head boy of the school.
I was just like, always, I need to fight. Like, pick your head up and fight another day, because you have to. That's life.
I feel like that's the South African spirit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, we are taught from a young age to just keep fighting. Like, even my mother used to tell me, Alushka, you're not going to go to the doctor if you just have a cough. You fight that cough. You're not going to get medicine.
Oh, cool.
Really? You have to really look like you are about to die before she'll take you to the hospital.
I think it's a good thing, but again, like I said, you need to find that balance, being a fighter and standing up for yourself, but you need to be able to be vulnerable and show you are sad and show you are angry. You have to show that as well, because that is part of the human experience.
We usually like to put I don't know, it's like we just want to bury the bad things and we just want to like not talk about it. We don't want to deal with it and we wait for a perfect time to talk about it, but that perfect time is never in the future. It is actually right now. If you don't deal with it, it becomes so like closed, like you, nobody can open it up anymore.
It took me 26 years to get to the point where I know like you need to work through these things, you need to talk about it, you need to have those feelings, and it's okay not always to be strong and to be vulnerable. It is okay.
Leading into that, when you were being so strong and taking care of yourself, was there somebody that you could talk to, or what was your way out?
I don't know, I've always had a creative outlet. I've always loved drama in school, performed poetry.
I did that!
Yeah!
I did the same thing. We would like stand up and recite poetry, but with like lots of emotion.
And then you get marked on it.
Yes!
Yeah. And I love doing that. I threw myself into that and into leadership roles in school and stuff. But I don't know, in the back of my head, I just always thought like, oh, it's okay, like, it's okay. I never thought about it like, oh, this is actually like quite heavy stuff I'm going through.
Can you tell me a little bit more about coming out and your life in university?
I went to university, started studying law. I started it and I really did not like it. In my second year, I dropped out of university. So in that time, that was also around the time I came out. So in my third year, I was just like, you know, my life has gone to shit already. My sister is my closest relative. So it was to her and my friends I had to come out to, like those were the big ones. And my sister is so open-minded, like I sent her a message and I was like, I need to talk to you. And like we went for coffee and I was like, I need to tell you something. And listen here, I'm gay. And she's like, oh, I know that, what coffee do you want? She was just like, yeah, whatever, like. And like, that was for me so cool, like she was just like, I don't really care, like I love you for you. My other was my group of friends, and that was difficult because like I was dating a girl in that group of friends and we were so close. I was out in town and I was a bit drunk. So like I literally like called a few of my friends and was like, listen up, I'm gay, I'm here. Like all of them were so supportive. The next day I had to wake up and I was like,
what did I do?
What did I do now? I mean, it's been worse. So I was like, actually, it's for the best. I should have done this a long time ago. And like, I saw everyone's texts and they were so supportive and everything. In that period of time, the only thing I regret about it, like really regret about it, is I should have used that time to explore my gay side. I should have used that time to learn to know the new me because I was too high.
I'm celebrating, right? It's like, I'm celebrating, I'm gay, but I'm not really getting to know myself, right?
Like when I left South Africa, I was at a very low point and like coming out to other people was difficult. But I think the most difficult part for me was coming to terms with myself and not hating myself. Because I hated myself for a very long time for being gay. I did not want to be gay and I tried a lot of things. Like I watched so much straight porn and thinking that was gonna turn me straight. Did not work, girl, did not work. But I think the big struggle for me was unhating myself and starting to love myself. The day I left South Africa, I was like, this is where I stop. I was able to get to know myself and like I was traveling on my own for 6 months and like traveling alone, you spend a lot of time in your own head.
Yep.
And I did, and it was so good for me, like, and I started to love this new person, like, this proud gay man, and today I can stand here and be proud of it and, like, love myself. It was a very big journey, but it was all worth it, and it was needed to be where I am today. Yeah.
I want to cry so much because I feel like exactly like you felt when you left. I feel like I see myself in your message every time you say something like about hating yourself, about having to leave and about being proud of yourself. I feel myself in that adventure too. And it's really nice to speak to you.
Yeah.
Really.
Alushka, I can see so many emotions on your face now.
Don't look at my face.
Makeup.
Okay, Zach. I heard that you used to do drag.
Drugs or drag?
Drag queen.
How do you know that?
Someone told me.
I've actually just started doing it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very surprised you know that. Yes, I've just started doing a bit of drag. It's so much fun.
I can imagine. It must be so...
It is. It's very interesting in Vietnam where everything is made for a small girl to try and find clothes for this body.
Yeah.
I've really started experiencing my feminine side, which I never did before, and it is so cool.
Right.
Yes, I was down the street the other day and I was like getting fitted for my corset. And like this little Vietnamese lady, she can't speak a word of English, but she was just like lacing me into that corset. Yeah, I've just started doing, so hopefully stage near you.
Actually, I've seen drag shows by Gender Funk.
Yeah.
Gender Funk is one of the events that does drag shows, and the shows are amazing.
It's
so
really
high
good.
power, so like high energy, so like free.
Yeah, and it's such a safe space. Like, if I go to a Gender Funk event, I usually dress up as a girl. Like, don't put makeup on, just a boy in a dress. And like, people don't bat an eye. Like, it's like, yeah, you do you.
You do you, boo.
And it's great. It's given me like the confidence and the self-empowerment to start doing drag. Yeah.
And I know in South Africa we have two cultures, which is English and Afrikaans. Hearing from your accent, I think that you are Afrikaans.
Yes, I come from a very Afrikaans community.
When I was growing up, the Afrikaans community is quite like a man should be manly and a girl should be girly. I don't know, did you experience that?
Definitely. Growing up, I grew up in a very, very small town in South Africa, like extremely small. Everyone knows each other. With like the Afrikaans culture comes naturally like Christianity, like strong Christian beliefs. And conservative Christian belief. And from a young age, like, people have told me, like, you have to be more masculine because you are a boy. You have to play certain sports. You shouldn't play with dolls, even though I did in my spare time. But yeah, so like, there was very strong lines between male and female, or masculinity and femininity, very, very strong. And I just never fit in it. I never could wrap my head around the idea, like, why am I not allowed to wear pink? Why?
Do you ever wear pink?
Sure, but not so strong. Just like
subtle.
Yeah, subtle.
You were subtle, okay.
You've been to many countries, so what do you think about LGBT community in Vietnam?
I really like it. Back in South Africa, I didn't have a lot of gay friends. Because before that, I had a very tight-knit group of friends. For someone who comes like from a bit of broken family, like your friends becomes your chosen family. But after I came out, I still didn't have any gay friends. So I wasn't exposed that much to the LGBT experience in South Africa. But when I came to Vietnam, Alushka.
Didn't say anything.
I didn't know this was a dating show. So when I came to Vietnam, like, I was feeling very depressed, and I am quite a social person, so not knowing anyone was quite difficult for me. And I looked myself in the mirror and I said to myself, you know, Zach, you're going to lift your chin up once again. And I lifted my head up and I was like, I'm going to be the truest me, and I'm not going to put myself in the position which I was in when I came here. So I really threw myself into the LGBT community here for the first time. And I love it. Like, I think it's so open to anyone, like, no matter your shape, your size, your color. It is just incredible how everyone gets celebrated for what you are. Like, when I was back home, I was always go to a gay club. I always felt very self-confident for being a bigger guy, and like, I don't fit in here, and like, I'm too hairy. Like, we're here, I think it's probably like, you love what you don't have.
Bonus. It's a bonus.
So like, they live for all the hair and everything. I was like, yes.
And you feel special, to be honest.
You do. Like, if someone comes up to you in a club, it's like, dude, you're looking so hot. I'm like, You're just like, you stand up in the mirror and I'm like,
feeling myself.
Yeah, like, I'll sleep with you on the first date.
But, how many guys have you dated in Vietnam?
I've probably like seriously seen 2 guys.
I feel that in the dating community between a Westerner and an Asian person, there's still a difference in traditional Vietnamese dating style and how, for example, South African people date.
Yeah. Definitely, and I think I think in the beginning when I got here, that was a bit, I wouldn't say an issue, but it was difficult for me to date Vietnamese guys because, firstly, humor. I want to be funny and I want to make jokes, but like they never understand the jokes I crack.
Would you say that you have yellow fever?
Strong, yes.
Do you know what yellow fever is?
No.
Okay, so let me explain to you what is yellow fever. Before I came to Vietnam, I was not interested in Asian people at all. There's obvious distance between us because of our culture. But then somehow one day, there was a day I met a guy and that guy changed my life.
Oh, I guess he came from Japan.
Oh, no, that's my current boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend, or even the guy before them. It was just a random fling. But this guy really changed the way that I thought about Asian people. And then, wham, bam, I have yellow fever. It's hard for me to find white men attractive again. For me, I feel that I'm much more attracted to Asian people now.
Yeah.
And we call that yellow fever.
Also, if you got like attraction on Western people, like it is white fever.
Let's think about it. What would we call
in the
it?
gay community, we call Vietnamese guys that only date Westerners potato queens.
Potato queen.
Because Westerners love potatoes, and the Westerners that only date Vietnamese are called rice queens.
A rice queen.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I understand
rice queen and potato queen.
queen.
I like that. That's very interesting to know, actually.
May I ask you, when did you have your first love?
Yeah, so I was dating a girl back still in South Africa when I didn't come out yet, but I don't think that was love. That was protection from people.
Yeah.
But then I was dating a few guys, but there was just never, I don't know, there was never a click. Like, and then I left South Africa and I was living in London for a while. So I took a bus to Scotland. As I was driving out of the city, I was bored, so I was on Tinder, as one does. I matched with this guy, and he didn't really have a clear profile picture. So I sent him a message. There was just some kind of click. Like, I had no idea what he looks like. Like, his picture was very blurry and stuff. And literally, like, the entire bus ride from London to Edinburgh was like 10 hours. We sat and talking on the phone. And then while I was there, we were talking on the phone the whole time. I came back to London, and so I met up with him. He was an Italian guy, and he's in the art, in the creative industry. We met up, and like, it was just like instant. So we kept on seeing each other like probably a month still in London before I knew I was leaving for Vietnam. So I told him, listen, yeah, I am crazy falling for you, but I am leaving in a month. Like, should we just end this now? But like, we didn't. And then I was supposed to leave the day and I missed my flight.
Accidentally?
I accidentally missed my flight. So I went back to his place and I stayed like 2 days more, and then it was time to say goodbye. It was quick.
It just ended there.
So we tried long distance, but that never worked. Yeah, it took a long while, but we are there. So I think that's probably the only time I've had that.
Do you have any plan for your near future?
Ooh.
That's a hard question for me too, trust me, don't worry.
Future plans. I'll stay in Vietnam still a while. Like, now that I'm just over my year, I really love this city. And I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna leave. I don't see myself really going back home, to be honest. Many things, not just the LGBT experience. Like, I do think South Africa's LGBT community is very close.
I feel like there's a lot of, like, South Africa is okay with gayness, especially in Cape Town.
Yeah.
But the gay people seem to be more like this kind of people, you know? Like, who are you to talk to me? Or you have to be some kind of standard to be able to speak to them.
No, but that was my experience. Like, telling you being a bigger guy and being a hairy guy, like, that is not what they want. And I was like, this is all me. You take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but not just that, there's other things as well. I don't particularly see myself going back. The happiest I've been in my life at this moment in time, like, and the closest to content I've ever been. And like, I want to savor that as long as I can. Like,
oh, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it as much as you can. You ever have that feeling?
Actually, no.
Oh my gosh, I hope you get that feeling of really being happy to be yourself and who you are.
I'm happy with myself since I was a little boy. So I'm not so happy with myself. I still have something inside me, but it's okay.
You know, you can talk to me.
Later,
Don't worry.
okay. Also, any message to the LGBT community in Vietnam or over the world?
never let anyone push you to come out if you're not ready. But more importantly, don't let anyone push you to not come out. Come out when you are ready, and you'll know when that is.
I think your message is very inspiring for me because it makes me feel assured that this whole journey that I've been on is not something that only I experience, but other people experience too. I really enjoyed speaking to you today.
Thank you, it was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
We're so pleased having you today. And I think it is the time to say goodbye to Zach.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have your number?
I'm
just joking. Thank you very much, guys. It's been very nice chatting to you.
If you like this show, you can check out our show on 2 channels, MCV Media and Come Out LGBT Vietnam, every Saturday.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can watch more awesome videos. Now, goodbye and see you later.